either getting married or getting pregnant or getting promoted, and I'm getting coffee.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. And then by the title of the video, you already know what it is. This is a brand new season of Tony Talk. Now, my first Tony Talk was a few years ago. It was called You Know What Really Grinds My Gears. And if you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. And if you haven't seen my weekly vlog, my CULPA review, or my days of my life, I will all link it down below. So y'all, today's topic is surviving in your 20s. Now, everybody knows your 20s is, I would say, it's a prime time in your life, you know what I'm saying? You're carefree, you're out in the world, but listen, living in your 20s, I'm pretty sure y'all can attest to this. It's okay, but I feel like it's a weird time, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know, like you really don't know what you're doing, you know what I mean? It's like, am I doing this right? Is this how it goes? It's like starting a new job, but for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And for example, I know in your 20s, you were gonna make mistakes. You are. I don't care how hard you try to avoid them. It doesn't matter how hard you try. You're gonna make mistakes. But the kicker is, it's like you either stay there and don't get up, or you get up and do something about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what mistake it is. I mean, you have to learn from it and be better, you know? And something else about your 20s, I will say, no job is forever, okay? I can attest to that. No, any job that you have right now, it's not forever. It's not. Cause I think I started working when I was what, 20, I think, 19, 20, I believe. But I worked with this company that was for like through another agency. That was okay. Then I worked at the group home. Y'all know about that. Yeah. And then the job I have now, like working with kids. And like, no job is forever. And then also, like, you're not gonna know what you want to do. You know what I mean? Now y'all know I'm a YouTuber. That's what I'm striving to do. I'm a content creator. But the job I have now is really just, it helps finance my bills that I pay, food on my table, the clothes that I buy, phone cases, because I know I have a thing full of phone cases, and it's, yeah. And I mean, and I like my job, I do, but I know for the moment, this, like the job I have now, like working with kids, I know it's temporary, because I know I want to be YouTuber and a content creator. That's what I want to do, you know what I mean? And then also something else about your 20s that they don't tell you to do. They don't, I mean, I'm learning that it's all about living in the moment. Well, sorry, not even that. It's just taking it one day at a time. Because like I said, you're not going to have it all figured out. And you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to have it all figured out at 20. And another thing I'm learning is that when you compare yourself to someone else, and I'm guilty of doing this, I do it all the time. I'm guilty. I'm so guilty. Because like, if you compare yourself to others, you're not going to live a satisfying life. I mean, you're not going to live a life. You're not, because you're constantly concerned about what the next person is doing instead of focusing on your journey. Now, as a YouTuber, I do get discouraged because I started my channel when I was in college. Okay? Big shout out to North Carolina Central University, okay? Big shout out to NCCU. That's where I graduated from. Eagle Pride, alright? But when I started my channel, I didn't take it as serious as I did in college, and I feel like I should have, because I feel like I would be much more further than where I am now. Because right now I have what, 88 subscribers, and I've been on YouTube. Let me see, college. Let me see, that was 2019. So no, I would say about maybe 2020, I believe, to 2021, I think. So 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 5 years. I've been on YouTube for 5 years. And then when I see other people, like it's this one girl I follow named Taki J. I'll link her down below. She's in college. She lives in Atlanta. And I see her college vlogs. And I think to myself, like, wow. Like, if I would have just, like, took it seriously back then when I was in college, I would be way further than where I am now. But then I also tell myself that other people have started at some point. So I can't get too mad or upset. But it's like, hey, it happened to them. So, you know. So don't compare yourself to nobody. Don't compare yourself to anybody because you will not live. You won't live. You won't. I'm sorry, but you won't live. Another thing about your 20s is that don't ever feel like you are behind. And it coincides to what I just said, but don't ever feel like you're behind in anything. And whenever I feel like I'm behind, people always tell me, like they said, oh, you're only 20, or oh, like, oh, you, because when I tell people that I'm 26, like they'll say, oh, you a baby, you be alright, you just a baby, you be alright. And I think it's important that you just take your time through life, because it doesn't matter if you're going at a fast pace, moderate pace, or a fast pace, because all of us have a different path in life. We do. We all have a different path that God gave us. God gave us a path that's different from my neighbor. So why am I focused on their path when my path, I'm going to get there. If I got to take a detour, if I got to take, well, not a detour, but if I have to take an alternative route where I'm going to the left, to the right, some curves and all that mishmash, it's cool, but I'm still going to get there. You know what I mean? I'm still going to get there regardless of what happens, okay? And with YouTube, it's like, it's taking me longer because I'm trying to switch up my content, but that's a different story for a different day. The point I'm trying to make is just take your time. Take your time and just have fun. My next point, live life, okay? The only way you're going to survive your 20s if you just spend it with people that care about you. And I'm going to say this now. Regine, Cam, Savannah, Bree, and my best friend Twan, and many others, and my line brothers, I love y'all. Okay, so I gave y'all a shout out. Spend it with time with people that make life worth living. Because we could be going through the most deepest stuff in life, but you have to learn how to just, still feel your feelings, but don't stop living your life. Because now that I got a taste of traveling, oh baby, if y'all go back into all my videos, I've been to Houston, I've been to Mexico, I've been to DC, Puerto Rico. I'll be on the go, okay? I'll be taking off, all right? On my, like Jimmy Neutron, got a blast. You know what I mean? So yeah, live life, okay? Live life. Oh, here's a big one. Do not waste your 20s looking for love. Don't do it. No, don't do it. Please don't do it, okay? Because that's what I'm going through right now. Well, not really going through it. I want a little, you know what I'm saying? I want a little somebody. But don't make that in your 20s, don't make that your ultimate goal. It's good to have that as one of your goals as opposed to your main goal, okay? What else? Travels, see the world. Is that it? Is that all I got? Oh, listen. In your 20s, you are going to have this feeling. I don't care how dignified of a person you are. You are going to have the feeling like you're not doing enough. I'm going to tell you this, if no one else has told you, you are doing just fine. It may not seem like it. Like, it may seem like you're just like, oh, nobody sees me. Nobody is on my radar and I'm not on their radar. It's okay. You listen, stop it. Stop it. You are doing fine. Now, on some occasions, I have that feeling myself when it comes to doing content. Like, no one sees me. I'm doing the best that I can, blah, blah, blah. But you have to understand that you are doing fine. You're doing fine, and you are going to make it. It may not seem like that, but you are. You know what I mean? So keep going. Because I told myself I need to do better with content, and I was like, you know, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But don't, anything you do in life, and this is my next point, anything that you do in life, whether it's starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, starting a clothing line, starting your, like whatever it is, do it for you. Because if you do it for somebody else, it's not going to be fun. Like, yeah, I lost 50 pounds because a dude said, or like so-and-so said I was fat. So you're doing it because of what someone said to you? Like, you're doing it off the opinion of someone else, but you're not doing it because of your better good and your benefit. Exactly. So yeah, whatever you do in life, do it for you. My next point, listen, it is okay to still live at home with your parents only if, okay, if you're saving up for that house on your vision board. Listen, it's okay, because the way the housing market is set up today, listen, this housing market is no joke. Now, me personally, as y'all can see, I live at home with my mom, but I know the kind of living space I want. I want a townhome, okay, a townhouse. That's why I'm saving as much money as I can. And you know what? I see why some people got 2, 3, 4 jobs. I understand, because the housing market is horrible. The economy, the way it is, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But living at home is not bad. Still, because you're working, you're saving your money, and you contribute to whatever bills that you offer to pay. You know what I mean? Because for real, you're at your parents' house. I mean, they may not ask for it, but still just offer to say what bill can I pay, or what can I contribute to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but don't be ashamed to live at home. Do not be ashamed to live at home. Now, okay, don't be ashamed to live at home. If you're saving up for that spot that you've been looking for, like you drive past that neighborhood, like, you know what, say it, I want that house, I'm gonna get that house. Say it, believe it, okay? Believe it, say that house gonna be mine. Like, that house with that 5-car garage, all paid for, that's mine. That's mine, okay? That's mine. Believe that it's already yours. You know how they say there's life and death in the power of the tongue? That's facts. That's facts. Because if you see the vision for yourself, it will come into fruition, but you have to also be willing to put in the work. Like myself, for example, like I started my fitness journey with Regine, and now some days I do slack. I'm not gonna lie, I do slack, I do, but the simple fact is, I'm gonna do it. Whatever it is, you have to do it. Because to whom much is given, much is required. That's the God honest truth. To whom much is given, much is required. Okay? So just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. Speak it. Believe that it's already yours. Because when he gives it to you, can't nobody take it from you. And that's, I mean, come on. When he gives it to you, nobody can take it from you. I don't care who it is. They can't take it from you. They can't. Oh yeah, surviving your 20s. Learn how to do basic skills, because you'd be so surprised how there are some people who are in their 20s who can't survive on their own. Now that's a whole different topic, but still, learn how to do basic stuff. Or if you can't do the main stuff, like learning how to cook and clean and all that, at least know how to pump gas by yourself. At least do that, okay? At least know when your gas tank is almost going towards E. Please learn how to do that, please, okay? And learning how to cook. Now, me myself, I'm still learning how. Now I know how to make some stuff, but the main stuff, like a meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning, okay? I'm still learning. And then also, I want to say it's never too late to start something new or to learn something new. I mean, it isn't. And it don't necessarily have to be cooking or cleaning. It can be like a hobby, like learning how to, like learning how to sew, learning how to do, like whatever. You know what I mean? It's never too late to learn something. And also in your 20s, it's never too late to improve on something that you already have mastered. Because growing up, when I was in school, like my mom always told me, it's always room for improvement. It is. I never understood it, but now I do. You know what I'm saying? It's always room for improvement. And also, don't feel like you're out of time. I mean, because we're in our 20s, okay? This is the prime of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever feel like, oh, and again, I'm guilty of this too. I'm guilty of this because I just saw, I think I was on Twitter, and I saw this picture. No, I think it was a video. Whatever, I saw this couple, and he took his boyfriend out the country, and I'm sitting there looking like, when is it gonna be my turn? I mean, like, when is it gonna be my turn? And that's one thing I'm learning. I'm trying to learn is you can't be so consumed into when your turn is gonna come. Now, granted, it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, it's easier said than done, but you can't be so obsessed with when my turn is gonna come. Because with a lot of stuff, I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves that we don't give ourselves grace. We don't. And I feel like we all, in this age of saying, it's like, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like, when the time is right, God will make it happen. Like, we can pray about it. We can manifest it. Like, we can do any and everything in the book. And I honestly, it's not a harsh reality, but it's like, some things take time. Is it nerve-wracking? It's nerve-wracking as hell. It's nerve-wracking as hell. But all in all, he will show us why he made us wait. Now, in the midst of it all, we don't understand it, but when he shows us, like, later on why he made us wait, it's like, wow. Because if I would have gotten it then, I would have appreciated it than I do now. So it's like, we have to just sit back and wait. I mean, thank him, show gratitude for what he already has blessed us with, but also thank him in advance for what's to come. That's all we got to do. That's all we have to do. And all I got to say is, like, the whole thing about surviving your 20s is just, like I said before, taking it one step at a time. It may seem like it's taking forever. It may seem like no one sees you. It may seem like you're working hard. You've been grinding. You've been on your stuff. And it seems like you're not doing enough. I'm going to tell you this right here. You are doing just fine. You're doing just fine. You're doing it for you. You have a strong support system. Just keep going. And I'm going to say this now. Like, in your 20s, like I said just previously, you're not going to have it all together. Trust me. It's like, because y'all know when you're at the circus and they're on the little trapeze thing, like when they walk across, that's really how it feels in your 20s. Oh, I'm doing it right. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. It's all about balance. On one hand, you could be doing it right. But on the other hand, you're still learning. It's okay. It's kind of like when a baby deer, when they're learning to walk for the first time, or like a baby in general, when they're learning to walk on their own for the first time. It's okay. Because they stand up, but then they fall. They stand up, but then they fall. And it goes back to what I just said. It takes time. Then next thing you know, they just a walking. You know what I mean? So to anyone out there who's in their 20s or who's about to enter their 20s, it's okay. You're gonna mess up. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. And just live. Live life. Make mistakes. Learn from them and just be better. And don't dwell on the past. Do not dwell on the past, because honestly, it's the past for a reason. It serves no purpose. If anything, it shows you how much you changed to now. You could have been the most reckless person, but you've managed to learn from your mistakes and realize, you know what, how I was back then, it doesn't define who I am now. So again, don't let your past define you, and walking into your 20s, it's not all bad. It's fun. It's fun in your 20s. In some cases, it's fun, you know. But going forward, and as I close this video out, I want to say this. If you're in your 20s now and you're approaching 30, like, don't be scared. Okay? Nah, I'm not gonna lie. It's like I'm 26. I'm about to be 27. I'm almost 30, so it's like, yeah, it's a bit scary. It can be a bit scary. It can. I can see why. But you're still young. You're still breathing. You're functioning well, because you can move your fingers. You can move your feet. You're okay. So I'm going to end it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Be on the lookout for episode 2 coming soon. And I will check y'all later.